Okay, nerds. Vintage Dredge. We're playing this league Tuesday evening before America Eternal Weekend. We're using the list that's like the most prevalent version at the moment. That's like the max permission list. So 4 Force of Will, 4 Force Negation, Misstep, and a number of Mind Break traps. I've got one main and a Chalice main, and one Mind Break post board. And then we've got the normal sideboard stuff, although Munchlax won a challenge without any of this strip and waste stuff recently, which is interesting. I think they had more permission and a chalice or something. Can't remember. So low threat count, high interaction count. Basically, we want to keep bigger quantities of cards in our hands. Is typically how this works. We're less explosive, but we can jam and battle for longer. Basically, that's the idea. We're going to run it through a league. I'm going to try and get this league turned around and out this evening. So that's going to be fun. I'll see you for round one. Round one, we're up against Swengen, and we have got a cheeky mulligan here. And now we've got to keep. We're on the draw, Force of Will available. We'll put back the Creeping Chill. Keep. Creeping Chill's going to go back because we can get to that later. Noxious is going to be on our bazaar. They haven't revealed any sort of Lurus or anything like that. So Mox Sapphire, we won't be fighting that one. Underground Sea, so it could be Doomsday then in this case. Ponder makes me think it is. Which isn't a great matchup for us, but we have here got permission plus Noxious as a bit of tempo. And a Dredger and a nice discard with Serum Powder. Like an easy discard, right? A no-brainer discard. Our opponent's only got 4 cards in hand, so what happened here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, so it's mulligan to 6 then, I guess. What do they do? Yeah, both players start on 6. So fair gaming, really. Now it's back to us. And if they upkeep Ancestral, we will fight. And they do. Okay. We've got 3 cards in hand. We're going to give this the old Force. They fight back, and we lose, but they didn't. So that's cool. Stinkweed Imp's a good draw, because now if we hit a Grief, we've got some discards. Oh, look at that, it's cracked. 2 best Dredges and a Grief. So let's go and take their Doomsday or Dark Ritual off them. So Doomsday dig through time. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. So they are a mana away from digging here, but we'll just take the kill spell, I think. And now we've got quite a stacked graveyard going into the following turn. They don't have anything relevant to do right now. There's the Scalding Tarn that we know about. And by my math, they're a mana short. And I think I'm just gonna go upkeep here. I don't see the benefit of doing anything else. I want as many Dredge 6s as I can get in my life. We'll come off the Noxious Revival. We're not getting Wastelanded, and yes, it is nice interaction, but so it goes. 2 chills is a nice start. Not a single threat so far in the top 20. So a lot riding on this Dredge 6 to try and get some clock. Oh no, there was an Icarid hiding in there. So we'll Dredge the 6. And we hit a Prized Amalgam. So slow, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So we'll pass the turn back. Now we're just struggling with internet. That's cool. Cool. So turn goes back to the opponent. We'll find out if they drew anything. Don't think they did. So they're just going to get the tap land, the Surveil land, and they're very close to being locked into the mill one. Right? It's got to be hard for it to not be a mill one here, unless they drew like exactly Dark Ritual and they've top decked Doomsday or whatever. I don't know, but because then they can just snap off the dig through time straight away. They know our hand. There is very few. There's no threat there. Yeah, Pictures of Doomsday. That makes sense to me. Oh, okay, so that was the difficulty. Maybe is that we had some cards. We could die here actually. Dig through time's going to get them 2. Oh, dig through time's going to get them 3. They're going to leave Ancestral in the graveyard. Yeah, Digthone's going to get them too, but they're paying with 3 mana. They've got 1 card left over. We know there's a Creeping Chill on the very bottom of our deck. And we're only dealing 3 points of damage this turn. We're not doing a lot. We can get raced quite quickly here. Maybe that was a joke. Maybe I'm supposed to take Dig. I don't know. Don't think so. But I do presume we're lined up to die next turn. We'll discard these 3. This is all pretty normal, just executing the deck right at the moment. We're not doing anything particularly revolutionary. Incredibly a grief. We will dredge 6 down to 18 cards. So it's actually going to be difficult for us to get to that final Creeping Chill as well. Next turn, I don't think I can get there. In for 3, opponent falls to 9, they're dead on board. I've got 1 chill left. Opponent has just cast a Dig through time though, so... And they've got all the mana they could ever want here. Mystical Tutor. So Mystical Tutor gets Consult and we die? If the Dig found a Thoracle? Yeah, okay. So we lose game 1. Opponent's going to click through all of these triggers slowly before they show us that they've got it. It's unlikely that's a Desperation Consult, you know? And we're just a little too slow. Which I think is one of the disadvantages of this deck. Cool. So they win game 1. That's not ideal. That was supposed to be our freebie. I'm going to bring in, I think, this nonsense. 7 cards, I have so many. What if we don't bring in the Strip Mines and we just fight the ley lines, you know? So their sideboard strategy is typically just 4 ley lines and a Tabernacle. I think I prefer a Strip Mine over a Chalice, so I think that I'm fine with. So 1 card for 1 card and then 4 cards for 4 cards. Makes sense to me. Okay, game 2. And when I'm saying what makes this disadvantaged is, in my opinion, the slight less speed actually allows them to rebuild it. There's a very good chance I could have just taken Dig 3 time there. And maybe I'm supposed to. I don't know, Doomsday looked like the big threatening card to me. I don't know. There's always an element of when they kill you with the card you don't take, you then think back and go, oh, well, maybe if I'd done this instead. Maybe I was supposed to stay on the Noxious, you know? I don't know. Well, that wouldn't have helped us, but... Opponent's going through the mulligans at the moment. They're currently on 6. Be cool if they went to 2 or 3, to be honest with you. But yeah, we've packed all of this permission in to our deck. Okay, so no Leyline on 6. We haven't got a Dredger at the moment. They've packed all this permission to our deck, and we hit another piece of permission. And this extra permission that we've packed in gives us more game against these combo decks. However, we are slower, which means we stay alive an extra turn, but so do they. So it's interesting. I'm not sure where I stand. This list is the list that's been winning the most recently. So that's why we consider it. And why we play it. I think I'm going to slow Dredge here. I think I like my hand well enough. I would like that graveyard to stay out though. And then I will just dredge. I can dredge later, can't I? I don't gain anything from dredging now. I know this is unorthodox, but I want to maintain the 5 interactive pieces in my hand. Vampiric Tutor, okay. I might Noxious the Vamp in their upkeep. Opponent falls to 18. They untap. I don't like it. I feel like I can win a battle here. Let's negate the Ancestral. You've got Flusterstorm. And let's just force the Ancestral here. Maybe I did like Noxious with Vamp. I don't know. But the Noxious is such nice interaction anyway. You know? They've got Force of Will back on pitching Brainstorm. So everything's going to get through. They've got a land drop to give. Okay, opponent back up to 4 cards. We'll Dredge in their second main phase. Shambling Shell. And draw a Shambling Shell, but we hit an Icarid as well. We are still in their second main phase, so they might have effects here. They've got Lotus, okay. Lotus for Doomsday. They're getting Lotus, Ancestral. So the reason we post-combat Dredge, like main phase Dredge, is because if we hit like Narcomoeba or Amalgam, we'd have the Amalgam on our turn, right, untapped and attacking. So how much are they going to go to, though? That's the big question, right? They're going to go to 9. So I want Icarid so they can fall to 6. I could Noxious their Doomsday. I can Noxious my Creeping Chill. I can Noxious my Bazaar of Baghdad. Creeping Chill means they fall from, well, 8 actually, but I can't deal damages. It's in increments of 2, so 8 and 9 are the same. So Creeping Chill, if we Noxious Creeping Chill, then they're at 3 or 2. Leyline. Tabernacle's up here. Leyline, 2, 3. So they're at 8. Let's go to their end sub and have a think. I can Noxious a Creeping Chill. But I need to hit 2 Creeping Chills. One of them's included. And that's in 6. In the top 9 from now. Right, if I put a Creeping Chill back. I think I like that the most. Or I can Noxious their Doomsday. They've got 2 cards in hand. Or I can Noxious my Bazaar of Baghdad. Bring back Icarid. And then I get to look for 2 chills in 4, 7, 14. Maybe that's the best play. I think I like that one the most. Noxious my Bazaar of Baghdad. And we're going for 2 chills in the top 14. That number may grow as I hit more dredges. Cancel. Get in for 3, I guess. Opponent falls to 5. And now we'll play the Bazaar. We'll Dredge. Thug. There's one chill. Grave Troll. There's no chills. There's a Stinkweed Imp, so it's 1 chill and 11 now. Grave Troll. Stinkweed Imp, 1 chill and 5. Narcomoeba. Okay. So we will lose this match and game. That Noxious was interesting though, wasn't it? We are also going to make them execute. See if they're on like a random Street Wraith pile, which I can't imagine they're on. You know. They've made some sort of strange error like that. You've got to make them play it out. But their pile's very easy. It's Ancestral Me, play a land, and play an ancestral play a dude, and we die. Cool. Cool. So I've got 1 Creeping Chill here. Show me my exile zone. Yeah, and 1 Creeping Chill here. So there's 2 Creeping Chills in the bottom 22. So it goes. See you for round 2. Okay, nerds. Round 2. We're up against Alcatraz, who's playing a lot of Espelurus recently. They are a fellow UK gamer. They're going to be in Prague as well. We've powdered, and we're going to mulligan down to 6. So, right, we've got it. We've got some cards. I've forgotten how many already. 6, I said, I think. Probably binning this nerd. Flipping Bazaar and discarding the 2 cards we draw, keeping Revival, Force, Misstep. And Thug will go as well. We'll then cast Hollow One, which we may protect. And then we've got Noxious for our Bazaar. So it's all lining up nicely. So game 1 is usually fantastic. They have typically 1 Soul Guide or 1 Nighthill Spellbomb main deck. Something to be aware of. You might find some Psychos out there with a Needle in the main, but we don't see as many of those these days. No disrespect to anyone there. But there's less of that going around, you know? So the big issue at the moment is post-board, these Lurrus decks are stacked. So for hate in games 2 and 3, and that's really difficult. Oh, that's funny. I'm still going to do what I said. Sorry. But a lot of their cards are irrelevant. Many of their cards are just wastelands. Oh, they're fighting back. Do I want to fight this? I think I do. Then I can get wastelanded. Then I can pick up this guy. If they've got their misstep, they've got their misstep. Get wasted. Pick up Bazaar of Baghdad. Slay. So that's going to happen. We do this end step. Okay, that way they need a second Force of Will or they need a mental misstep. If you do it upkeep, they're going to have access to Force of Negation. So, and that's that. So we had a stacked hand. We beat all of their hate. We knew exactly how the game was going to play out. So, and this is where it gets tough. They have Tabernacles. They have Needle, Cage, Spellbombs. Spellbombs maybe Soul Guides, maybe Torment Crypt, but you know what I mean. Something like that. So an artifact they can sack to nuke all the graveyards, an artifact or 2 that's going to turn off our Bazaars, and an artifact or 2 which stops creatures from coming into play. They're also going to have Containment Priests, so we need the Sickening Shoals, and they're also going to have the tabs. So that's full 10 cards. I've been enjoying this. Just all the blue crap. So these goes, that leaves us with 1 card to go, and Chalice on the draw is a fairly simple cut. That way we're maximum Dredgers, maximum creatures, maximum food for the Icarids, so we don't run out of food, and then hate pieces that line up. That's how I like it on the draw, as well as on the play, recently. So, yeah, that's how I've been rocking and rolling. And we will see how this goes. Initially, poorly. Full house though. We will mulligan. We will keep this. We don't have a green card. We have a misstep for their Needle or Cage, which is pretty sick. I think in this spot we can just put probably just the powder back. Is there any... Hang on, I've taken out all my forces actually, so there's no reason for me to have this Narcomoeba over a powder. Yeah, there's no blue permission in this deck. Yeah, there's no blue permission in this deck, so the Narcomoeba is free to have in there. They don't usually have a shuffle effect. I don't usually have a shuffle effect. It's the way it goes, right? So we'll put that in there just in case they make us shuffle, just in case we end up with a Noxious in our hand and no cards in our deck. The Narcomoeba is going to be there. On the draw, Misstep in hand, Mox Pearl, no plays. So this could just be a turn 1 plow with mulligan to 4. The brutality of it all. Oh, that was a sick draw. Let's just discard these 3 obvious ones. Big question here. Do you want me to misstep this Swords to Plowshares? I don't know if I want to, or they don't have it. So it's just a priest. 1 land priest hand. Tormod's Crypt. Ooh, brutal. That's kind of savage. But I have a 4/4. I am going to dredge back the Stinkweed Imp if they let me. Because that will bring my that will keep my Sickening Shoal online. Yeah, they're going to let me. Perfect. So we get to Stinkweed Imp. We get 2 Creeping Chills. There's no chance this. There's no chance they don't bite off that, right? That's so much damage. That's so much damage. Oh, they're letting me do it. Okay, fine. Then I'm just going to chill out, I think. I'm even going to hold this Bazaar because I want cards in hand. Oh, actually, let's discuss this quickly. Activate Bazaar of Baghdad. Pick up Shambling Shell, Golgari Thug. Discard Stinkweed and Bazaar of Baghdad, Golgari Thug. Right, it's because we can get onto Shambling Shell here. But I think it costs us too many cards. I think I'm happy to slow roll this. And if they let me pick up the shell next turn, then I'll have Sickening Shoal and Force of Vigor online. They're not flinching. We're not flinching. I think they're waiting for a creature to roll off the top. Yeah, so we get back our Thug. Or we get back our shell, and now we're just gaming so hard. They fall to 6. Upkeep. Put your permanents into your graveyard. Okay, so they had Frog plus Force of Will, which is fine, right? I think we're doing fine. They need a Plow or a Tabernacle. I can kill their Containment Priest when it comes out. They've got a Strip Mine. There's a Containment Priest. I mean, Containment Priest is chump blocking quite soon, isn't he? So, do we want to even bother killing it? I'm going to pick up a Stinkweed Imp and see what happens. Nothing happens. Nothing interesting. Let's attack for 4. No blocks. Your go. They strip mine our Bazaar. I think that's fine, isn't it? They have to chomp block. They can't beat my Misstep at the moment. They just don't. Well, they can have Plow plus Misstep, but that seems like it's unlikely. You know, I'm gonna pick up a Thug. Just keep the cards coming. Chill's gonna force the pitch of the Tormod's Crypt. They have to do this. This is now forced, which is quite cool. We're gonna Sickening Shoal the Containment Priest, pitching the Thug, and then we'll get him for 4. If they have Force of Will, then congratulations. Or they can't actually. Has to be Force of Negation. And we do win. Opponent's giving us the GGs in chat, so that's cool. And yeah, we win. And that was quite fortunate because they do have a lot of hate, and I've been struggling with this matchup. So yeah, pleased with that one. They did mulligans low. I think that was a four carder, but they still came up with the Priest, Atoma's Crypt, and Strip Mine, right? There's games where that will work. See for round 3. Okay, then that's round 3 of our Dredge League. We're up against Eureka, who I don't know. I don't have a Bazaar either, so I'll take a mulligan. I've got a Bazaar. We'll be putting the chill back or the powder back? I don't know. I wonder if I'm supposed to keep a chill just in case I hit a grief off my Bazaar activation. But can I even keep the grief? Not really. Definitely keeping, and I think I put the chill back. I'm discarding powder +2 on the activation. We are on the draw. And opponent has kept 7 but no Lurus. So Scalding Tarn and pass. Nice. That should be... We should be well set up here for Scalding Tarn pass. The words are hard. Okay, so it looks like an Underground Seed, so it's Doomsday into Ancestral on turn 1. We're going to fight the Ancestral. And we're going to hold on to this Mindbreak Trap with our entire lives. Golgari Thug's a cracker. As is Chalice of the Void. Nice. I'll probably lead Chalice. Can't imagine they've got any permission at this point in the game. And where we're up against likely Doomsday, we're going to have this as a slow Dredge game. Foil Doomsday as well, nonetheless. Or it's just very... The sun's very strange on my screen. No, it's all foil Doomsday. They've even got the Days avatar to make us think we're playing against Discovery. I think they've got Days, haven't they? I can't remember. Very nice. Cool. We've got a Chalice on 0, so it's going to be tough for them to accelerate. It's going to be tough for them to maybe not play around. Maybe it's easy for them to play around Trap. I don't know. Grief, Shambling Shell, Amalgam. I gain nothing from pushing now. Right, I can push on their second main phase. The cards will just be in play, but where I'm trying to maintain a card in hand, I'm not drawing to hollow ones with double Dredger in the yard either, so... Sapphire goes to the graveyard. Looks like they're lining up a Treasure Cruise or Dig Through Time or something. Street Wraith gets cycled. And then yeah, Treasure Cruise goes onto the stack. Fine. And they leave Ancestral behind. They've got one more spell to cast this turn for our trap to be online, but it doesn't seem likely, does it? So, oh, they're going to cycle a Street Wraith for us, which is cool, because now we're just 2 chills away from winning. Post-combat main phase, I'm going to activate my Bazaar of Baghdad, because I might be able to get this Amalgam into play. Golgari Thug. Any Narcomoeba's like basically lethal here. So we get the Narc into play, we get the Amalgam into play on their end step. We're going to hit them for 8, and they'll be at 2, and we'll be 1 chill away from greatness. If that's the case, do I want to Dredge now? I don't think so. I don't think it matters. I think I can do all of this with a Mindbreak Trap in hand. They're dead. Cool. Cool. We're in sideboarding. So Doomsday, we like the Vigors. And I do believe we need the trap, and then we have to consider these 2. I don't know if Chalice of the Void is actually good. I'm always happy to trim a Thug. On the draw I can take the Griefs out, and that leaves me with 1 card left over. I think that one card left over can just be the strip mine. The wasteland can go, sort of thing. Yeah. So then we're fighting like an Icarid battle. We have to win the fight over the ley line, and then we fight with Icarids if they have a tabernacle, but we do have one strip just in case. Not a great matchup for us. It is quite tough because they are fast and have disruption. Okay, we're going to take a mulligan. And we're going to go again. We're going to powder and probably just get rid of keep a chill in the deck, I guess. I really like my creeping chills, you know. Or do I just want to keep an Icarid in the deck? Probably. Ooh, powder. I'm going to put the chill in. So we've got 3 chills and 3 Icarids. We'll powder again. And we'll keep this hand. This is good interaction and a Bazaar of Baghdad. If they've got a ley line, they've got a ley line. But we can stay alive for a minute or two, at the very least. So it looks like they could be going lower than 6, I'm not sure. We might just be waiting for them. A ley line appears. The opponent's got 5 cards after a mulligan and a ley line. So Underground Sea, Cataxian Probe. I'll just snap that off. I think that's fine. Black Lotus. Where do we stand on Black Lotus? We could force Black Lotus. Or we could force the payoff for Black Lotus. I think we'll let that go. And hope that they push some sort of spell into us here. We're waiting on them to cast 2 spells, so they might be thinking about playing around Mindbreak Trap in some manner. And taking a draw to look for Flusterstorms or something. Or just considering what's the pile that you make here, you know? Okay, so they pass priority back. And they're gonna not run into head first into Mindbreak Trap today. Post board in spots like this, I do like fighting like the vamps and stuff if I've managed to develop some hollow ones. It's another Force of Will. I'm just going to activate. I'm not too stressed here. I need to find a Vigor at some point. Do I discard blue or do I discard Strip Mine? If I'm discarding blue, I think I'm discarding 2 blue cards and keeping Noxious. Yeah, I'm going to discard 2 blue cards, keeping Noxious, and pass the turn. And if we can counter their spell and Strip Mine them, we might be able to get some good, like, create some time for ourselves sort of thing. Cool. Back to the opponent. If they vamp here, do I want to fight vamp? I don't know the answer to that. Like, if they vamp here, they're clearly not getting a tabernacle, right? So I don't have to worry too much. No vamp. 3 cards in hand. No plays. So probably just a hand stacked with permission then. Permission and random crap. So it's their end step. We're going to strip mine them next turn. And I'm dubious as to whether we're activating at all here. So let's strip. And then upkeep. Vigor them. That was an insanely sick draw. And we've got Force of Will left over. Blue, blue, blue means Fluster probably. Daze. Okay, well, we will Force of Will your Daze. It looks like that gets through. Yes, so I have no cards in our hand. Our opponent has 2 cards in hand, but we're clearly a massive favourite from this position. No permanents for our opponents. Let's flip some cards over and get to work. Absolute nut high Dredger to kick us off with, and an amalgam as well. So upkeep, we'll send it. So we're going to see like 15, 18 cards this turn or something. And Golgari Grave Troll into Golgari Thug. I know I just strip mined them, but I'm not too worried about getting tabbed. So that's fine, sort of thing. It would be annoying, but I still think with the way the game is sat, we'll be fine into a Tabernacle. I've hit one of my Icarids. I've hit a Creeping Chill. And it's their turn. And I have some triggers in my end step. Why do I have to stack them myself? How are they different? Come back. I just want to look at my graveyard. So chill, Icarid have gone. Fine. Decent damage on board and Icarid. Oh, so they're dead on board if they don't have the Tabernacle right now. If they do have the Tabernacle, we'll just keep milling. We've got 20 cards to go. 2 chills and 2 Icarids to find. It shouldn't take us too long to deplete their life total. An opponent concedes. Very nice. That was cool. Absolutely sick rip there from the Force of Vigor off the top. And then, just the absolute world of dredges there on the first possible opportunity. So some luck, but I could absolutely see that I'm supposed to keep those 2 blue cards and not strip mine Noxious. But I was thinking strip mine can take them off mana, and then they're just sat there with a Lotus because they're missing land drops, right? And then the Noxious is either going to interact as well when they make a Doomsday stack, or it's going to do exactly what it did and become a green card for Vigor. So that worked. Okay, rare Wessel sighting. Wessel has a bit of range, bug, and Selesnya creatures. Neither of which are great for us, especially when we mulligan low. So we'll see how we do. Mulliganing to 5 here, and then we've got a Bazaar of 2 hollow ones. So we'll keep this, and I'm just going to grief them, and I can't grief them, can I? I'm on the play. Just 1 card short. Okay, fine. Well, we'll just activate the Bazaar then. And then we'll discard Amalgam, Grief, and Negation. And we'll cast a hollow one, we'll cast a hollow one. And then if we do top deck a black card next turn, then we can consider griefing, but I might actually just flip upkeep. Black Lotus is not great for me. Savannah. So green-white creatures is what it will be. Thalia. Plus Luminarch Aspirant. Luminarch Aspirant is a bit annoying. I guess I have to flip over here. I hit a Thug there, which I will dredge immediately. Oh, that Narcomoeba is pretty lucky, because I think I bottomed one, didn't I? In we go, we've got an Icarid as well. They take 12. Creatures enter the battlefield. They have a Caracas. Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, well. What a battle, what a game. I'm just going to send my hollow ones. I don't care enough. They've got Card Complete. Okay, it's not a battle skull. Fine. Card Complete seems incredibly beautiful. Let's flip some cards over. Hit a Chill, which is a bit of a shame. I will eat a Grief. I will dredge a Thug. And I'm just going to send. They can't block with Stoneforge. They can probably block with Luminarch. They're going to take a bunch. Obviously, Thalia just eats a hollow one, but that's, somewhat irrelevant for us, I think. We hit a Grave Troll on that Dredge as well. So next turn, we're just going to absolutely pop off if we've still got a Bazaar in play. And this looks like a really tough spot for the opponent. So they're at 5. Taking many more points than 5 next turn, I think. Well, maybe not actually, but, you know, maybe they're just taking 4. So no one attacks. Grave Troll's going to do some good work. Creeping Chill's going to kill them dead. Fine. 2 Creeping Chills means we don't even have to go further into this game. Perfect. So I want Sickening Shoals. I want Force of Vigors and I want Wastelands. I don't want this nonsense. Against Thalia. And that's like perfectly clean. I don't think we care about Chalice too much. Kill your stuff and blow up your ley lines. That's going to be the plan. Maybe grief them too. We have to mulligan this hand. And we can keep this one and we can bottom a Creeping Chill. So we are gaming. No ley line from the opponent. Once Upon a Time. That's cool. Once Upon a Time is one of those cards that I think is, I don't know, I know it was very annoying when it was in Standard and Modern and stuff, but it's such a cool card. Such a cool card. Every time I see it, I want to go and play Aggro Vine, and then when I try and build the Aggro Vine deck, I always cut my Once Upon a Times. So anyway, they find Stoneforge Mystic, which they'll get a Cauldron complete with. Okay, I might see what happens and possibly just grief that. Almost assuredly griefing that now. So let's grief them and see what we can do. Cauldron complete seems like a nice grief target. They've got a Sanctifier on Vec, which needs to die. How do we feel? Can I race a Cauldron? I believe I can. Yeah. So I've got to take the Sanctifier. Grief will die. What did they have? They didn't have anything else really, did they? I wonder if there was a better way I could have played that. I don't think I'm killing the crypt right now. I might wait and see if I get wasted and stuff first. I might just want to discard these cards. Oh no, I don't want to discard these cards. Fine. Cool. Okay, so we've got to raise a card draw, and that's about it really. Stoneforge Mystic's gonna activate. We're gonna vigor that needle, obviously. We take 5. Vigor the needle. Do I want to go upkeep? I don't think I gain anything from going upkeep. I think I can just take a draw step. To have a Stinkweed Imp. 2 Narcomoebas will make me activate now though. Because I want to hit more amalgams, so Stinkweed Imp and a Creeping Chill. And a Wasteland. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess I don't need a Sickening Shoal. That was funny, wasn't it? Just top decking strangely. So we know their hand at the moment is Hierarch, Liberator, Liberator. No, Hierarch, Hierarch, Liberator. So I'm just going to take them off mana. Now you have nothing. A Tabernacle nukes their board as well. That guy has Trample, but I'm at 18. I can find more chill. And we win the match. Perfect. See you for the next one. Okie dokie, next round we're up against AFX. It's in the game. We've got a mulligan, yes. Deep strategy. Right, bizarre. I guess I just keep one noxious. And it's onto the opponent. We've got nothing to protect on turn 1 with. And they are playing a Mox Pearl. No companion. Have I played a companion today? I played Alcatraz last night, didn't I? Yeah. Mox Pearl, Ancient Tomb. Fuck. That just kills us, right? Cool, right. I'm gonna grief them and then die. This is awkward. This is one of the things I was thinking about mono white recently. I played a lot with Sahar of the Legacy Gambit recently. We played a few matches of this. And I guess I get rid of a Shambling Shell. And I think if we're on the play, we're very good. And I think if we're on the draw, we are pretty dead if they know what we're on, sort of thing. If they lead Peacekeeper, if they lead one of their prison pieces, Peacekeeper or Archon, it's very bad for us. I don't know why I have to look twice. Anyway, I'm going to go to the next one because I don't want to sit here for 10 minutes discarding to hand size. I shouldn't have griefed twice there if we were playing, if we were playing for anything other than a league game. I should have just griefed once and called it a day. But yeah, Sahara and I were playing, and I like our games on the play. But then post-board it becomes even more miserable because they have 4 Containment Priests, 4 Ley Lines to the Void, on top of 4 Archon and 4 Anointed Peacekeeper. And sometimes they're going to have a Tabernacle in there as well, and they increase their plow count, and it becomes really hard. So I think I liked game 1s on the draw, on the play, and I think I liked my odds to get one of the next 2, but not massively, sort of thing. I think what I'm rambling on about is we're roughly a dog in this matchup. With the way it's currently configured. We exiled an ungodly number of Icarids there. Never mind, wouldn't take it back if I could. We'll go to 4. Might be a quick and brief end to the old Liga Reno. I'll keep the Troll in the deck. Let's go back and do some reordering there. I'd like the Amalgam higher. I'd like the Sickening Shore higher. I'd like the Troll higher. So, I'm on the play though. So can I play around a ley line? Maybe I'm supposed to actually do this, right? But relevantly. Maybe I'm supposed to do this. Say done. If I get ley lined, I get ley lined. If I get ley lined, I get ley lined, and I just pass the turn. So I can't get wastelanded. I can kill their Chrome Mox. Oh yeah, with a trigger on the stack. This will prevent them from getting to Peacekeeper, and then we get to just mill 3 cards and play a hollow one. Mox Jet, Cavern of Souls. So I'm going to kill everything and still get turn 1 priested. Sounds shit. What the fuck is that? Disruptor Flute. Okay. We die. Cool league. I enjoyed it. I'm not sure I love the mono white matchup at this point, but that's the way it goes. Let's hop to some deck list. So we've got this deck list. This is the most prevalent sort of style of list at the moment. And I think it's good into the field. One thing I'm currently considering though for EU Eternal Weekend, which is soon but not as soon as the American one, is I'm considering a couple of bridges over a couple of negations and a trap or something. Because I want to see what the Dredge numbers do in the US. Because in Asia they were like roughly, I think they were roughly 2x what they are online, the Dredge numbers. and then in... Oh, I just realised I fucked up that last game, didn't I? I should play Bazaar, and then if they wasteland me, I can always flip. But then I'm not getting the hollow one to play. Ah well. Yeah, I'm considering Bridge from Below's as like a Dredge Mirror Breaker, that sort of thing. If I'm expecting a lot of Dredge, but this list at the moment is very good into a lot of the rest of the field, right? We saw we top decked and beat a Doomsday player. We scrapped it against Alcatraz. I can't remember round one. I think that was also Doomsday. And then we got playing against Wessel. I don't expect you to face a Selesnya deck at Eternal Weekend at all. You may do. And then he's got slaughtered by Mono White. And that's also another match where those bridges come in well. Obviously, we didn't ever activate Bazaar of Baghdad in 2 games there. What are you going to do? Played around Wasteland. I guess I could have played around something like that. But never mind. If you're playing in the US Eternal Weekend, I wish you all the keep 7s and luck that you can get. And hope to see a bunch of Dredge gamers in the top 8. See you all soon.